Hello students, welcome back to our e-class of St. Joseph's Academy, class 3rd, subject Social Studies, and the topic we are going to do today is chapter number 5, Concept of Time, part 2. So students, yesterday we did part 1 and in part 1 we understood that what is time. And earlier, prehistoric people did not have any device or clock, so how they were doing the work according to time? What was the device used earlier when there was no clock? I am Anukriti Gupta, your social studies teacher, will be guiding you throughout the chapter, and part 3 will be our exercise part. So let us now begin with our today's work with introductory portion. So students, let's have an introduction of what is time or what is the concept of time. Prehistoric people did not have any idea or clock to know the actual time. They normally began their work with the sunrise and finished it before sunset. They used to sleep when it was dark and the stars came out. So what used to happen earlier? Earlier there were no clock, nothing was there. So they were having no idea regarding the time. There was no such thing and there was no such word which is known as time. Now, earlier there was only day and night. They were not knowing what was the time and what do they have to do. So when the sun rise, they normally began their work. And when the sun sets, they finished it before it. And when the stars and moon comes out, they slept. So this was their life without the time. Now, the sundial was used by people in early days. Though they wanted some device and were not able to detect this clock, so sundial was used by people in early days. It is a device that tells us the time of day by the position of sun. So by the position of sun, it used to tell us the time and how. It is very confusing. So by position, whether it is in which direction or which mark should we consider it as our time, it was considered in our the time day by the position of sun only. But it was not useful in cloudy weather or at night. So at night they were not able to detect the time, and if it's rainy season, which is mostly cloudy, then they were not able to detect time. The rainy season is mostly cloudy, so they were unable to detect time or they were unable to see the time. Then came the time sticks, which were used in India, Tibet, and in some parts of Europe. The first mechanical clock was developed in Europe at around the start of 14th century. Then came the pendulum, which was designed in 1656. Quartz clocks were made in 1927. Now, atomic clocks have been developed, which are the most accurate timekeeping devices in practical use today. So quartz clock are the clocks you see in your house nowadays. So or you can say atomic clocks have been developed, which are the most accurate timekeeping devices and which are being used in practical time today. Then time sticks were used, but before that sundial was used by people. Now, do you want to see what is sundial and how it looks? Here is a picture of sundial. So students, you can see there's one bar standing perpendicular to the circular plate. So whenever there is the rotation of the sun, the shadow changes its position. If the sun is on the left hand side, the shadow is on the right hand side. If the sun comes at the top, the shadow goes at the bottom or diagonally somewhere. So with the help of their shadow, of this bar's shadow, they used to detect the time. In these days, we cannot rely on this bar or sundial so much. Let us see how we now measure time. So this is the criteria they used to measure time in earlier days. But now there are clock. So let us see now how we will measure the time. How to measure time. The time is measured in seconds, minutes, and hours. Students, you all know that to measure time, we have three things: seconds, minutes, and hours. So there are in total three needles in a clock. You might have seen or you can see it just now anywhere around you there must be a clock or you must be wearing a wristwatch. So there are three needles: seconds, minutes, and hours. The long hand or the minute hand takes 60 minutes to make a complete rotation. It takes 60 minutes to make a complete rotation. It goes around the clock completely, and for that it takes 60 minutes. It is the minute hand. The short hand or hour hand takes 12 hours to make a complete rotation. For the shorter hand, it takes 12 hours to make a complete rotation, though the faster one is the minute hand and hour hand is the slower one, and it takes 12 hours of rotation. Now comes the second hand. The second hand takes 60 seconds to make a complete rotation. So 60 seconds is also equivalent to 1 minute. You can see 60 seconds is also equivalent to 1 minute. So I can explain you this thing. And also if any person is visually challenged, so they have different type of clock which is known as the which they use with the sense of touch. With the sense of touch, they use the clock. So their clocks are different. They are not having needles like us. They are having different criteria, and this is different. So students, 60 seconds, you may note it down. 60 seconds makes 1 minute. 60 minutes makes 1 hour. That means 60 minutes longhand makes 1 hour. 60 seconds the second hand makes 1 minute, and the shorter hand takes 12 hours to complete the rotation, which makes half day. That means 24 hours make 1 day. Also 7 days makes 1 week, 4 weeks make 1 month, and 12 months make 1 year. I hope this is clear to you because you might have studied this earlier also and in your maths also. So the clock face has only 12 hours. So the hands go round twice to make one day. As we see, the clock face is having only 12 hours, so the hands go round twice to make one day. The tick of a clock is a second. When it ticks, every second it ticks, that is second. So 60 ticks makes a minute, and 60 minutes makes an hour, and 24 hours makes a day. You can note it down. I'll repeat it once again. 60 ticks makes a minute. 60 minutes makes an hour, and 24 hours makes a day. So let's now see a clock. Which hand is the shorter one? Which hand is the minute hand? Which is the longer one? And the seconds hand. This is analog clock, and as you can see here, the big hand, this one is the bigger hand, which is the minute hand. It takes 60 minutes, that means 1 hour. Small hand, that means the hour hand. It takes, yes, it makes the hours. Next is seconds hand. When the complete rotation is done, it takes 60 seconds. So this one is this hand, the seconds hand is the fastest one. Then comes this one, which is faster, and this one is the slow one. So we can say 1, 2 and 3. 1 is the fastest one, second is the faster one, and third one is the slower one. This is the reading for a clock. Let's come to the next topic, which is telling the time. Students, how do we tell the time now? So the day begins with the rising of the sun. It is called the morning, and it is the time to start our day. We go to school in the morning, right? So the day begins with the rising of the sun. As you can see, the sun rises and the day begins. It is the morning time when we start our day. We go to school in the morning. We see around 12 p.m. the sun high up in the sky. It shines brightly at this time. The shadows are short at this time. We call it noon. It is also known as midday. The shadows are short. It is the time when we are in school approximately, and it is the midday, and we sometimes we leave school for home at this hour, also known as noon. Then gradually the sun seems to set. Gradually the sun seems to set. The light of the sun becomes dim. We call it evening. The sun slowly goes out of sight. You can see. It is usually the time when children and every other person goes out, because it is a pleasant time, and children go out to play. As you can see in the picture, in the evening time we used to go to play, and in the morning time we are going to school usually. Next come the time when it is dark. We call it night. So during night, the moon and stars are seen in the sky. It is the time for dinner and to go to bed. It is usually the bedtime and the story time also. Some students or some children seems to listen to story with the help of their parents, their mother, their father, brother or sister, anyone, grandmother, grandfather. They recite stories for them at this hour. It is dark. We can see moon and stars in the sky. It is the night hour. We go to bed and we sleep. Students, for now you have learned that what is time and how the time was calculated in prehistoric times, and there was a device known as sundial. When the sun used to rotate or changes the position, the sundial changes the shadow in the dial, and through which people used to go to work and come to work, and they used to take the approximation of the work. Then next is what we studied is how the time is measured. How do we see the time? We see the time with the help of a clock, and a clock is having three needles, three hands, long hand, the minute hand, short hand, the hour hand, and one is the seconds hand. Next, we saw telling the time. So, how it is morning, noon, evening, or night. So, here is the complete topic now. We will be discussing more of it tomorrow. And your home assignment is you have to read chapter number 5 and collect information about prehistorical time and sundial. How sundial was used, what is sundial, and how information regarding the prehistoric time, how they used to work without any practical idea of the time. Okay, students? This is all you have for today, and this is your homework. Thank you for listening to me very carefully. Have a nice day.